It is episode 196. Welcome into the Bench is Cleared podcast, where we cover the best rivalry in all of sports. Yeah, I am Jesse Gutierrez, and I represent the side of the San Francisco Giants, who've been the best team in baseball, I think, since we've missed like 4 podcasts in a row.
Well, whatever, sure. And I'm Dave, representing the side of the Dodgers. But I guess we just took some time off to wait for the Giants to get competitive again. That's what we were waiting for, right? I think that's how it happened.
It must have been. Yes. If that was the case, then we wouldn't be a podcast for the last 2-3 years.
Nobody wanted sad boy Jesse hours, so we're like, let's just wait. They're gonna come back. They'll make a run, and
Well, maybe you should have told me that, because I didn't believe it. I thought we were done. I thought we were cooked, toast, marshmallows, whatever you want to say, and then I don't know. Was Drew Gilbert the man? Was it Matt Chapman coming back? I don't know, but all of a sudden, Rafael Devers started hitting. Willie Adames is about to hit 30 home runs for the first time since Barry Bonds in 2007. It's a good time.
I think it's a case. The whole league got a case of the mid, and the Giants took advantage of it. I'm still waiting for them to kind of drop off. Who knows if it'll happen? There's so little games left, and it's getting really interesting. But nobody ran away with it. Everybody thought the Brewers were like, oh, great team. Then you look at the standings, and you're like, oh, they faltered a little bit. Had literally anybody else, had anybody else had a good run in them, they probably overtake them for the first spot in the league, in the National League. But everybody got a case of the mitts. The Dodgers, the Padres, the Phillies for a while. Now it's kind of even out a little bit. But I think that was the reason why you guys had a chance. You guys fully took advantage of that, of everybody getting a case of the mid. And now you guys are like 2 games back, I think.
1.5 games, because the Mets lost again today. They have lost
the Mets, dude.
You were saying case of the mids. They got a case of the Giants. Our free fall from grace. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden they traded for guys and they don't know how to play baseball. So, I mean, it's like every day. Like we were five games out, just like, I don't know, I want to say like 3 or 4 days ago. And we're talking about, hey, you never know what could happen. And then a blink happens and they're 1.5 games out.
Yeah, it's crazy. But now we face each other for actually something at stake. So interesting series that we'll get into in a little bit. But you guys are back. Haven't talked to you since Sad Boy Jesse hours.
Tell me what you think about this. I've been good, but I've also been quite offended by the guys over in foul territory. I'm not sure if you. I'm not going to put the thing up, but I'm just going to play the audio for you. I'm going to see if you can hear it.
Lastly, the Giants have won 9 of 10. Some people online are like, they're playing different. I'm like, all right, they're playing meaningless games, but okay.
They're playing different.
They're at the same level as the Reds.
They're 500,
5 games
right? Aren't they 500?
70 and 69, 5 games out. I get it. They're playing nicely, but yeah, giggity. Thank you. All right.
They're how many games out in the wild card?
5.
The National League.
It's over.
So unless the Padres can.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
They're basically at the time they were basically right. Like, unless the Padres really faltered, like it did seem like it was over, right? So I don't think he was wrong.
They all of a sudden they forget that the Mets are gone, and I played the wrong clip. I played the full clip. I didn't play the chopped up version where it just got to the points that are the bad parts. But he's like, they're having a cute finish. They're gonna drop down a little bit in the draft. I mean, let me just fast forward real quick.
How many games out in the wild card? 5. The National League. I'm sorry.
It's over.
So
it's done. But it's a cute finish. It's a cute finish for San Francisco. They'll lose a few spots in the draft. I mean, lastly,
I'm sorry. If that doesn't set you off.
What happens if you lose out in the playoffs? he was 100% right.
And it was a nice run. No, that's a nice run. You
you
play to get in the dance. Okay, you don't think about the draft. You play to get in the dance. I don't want to hear it. If you guys hadn't
lost like 20 games in a row before the deadline, then this would be like you would literally be probably leading the division. So
if we went 500,
making fun of you guys. You have no one to blame but yourself. It is
no,
a cute finish because if you guys don't make the playoffs, it's a failed cute finish. It sure is because you got cute. You thought you had Gilbert over there gnawing at players' jerseys and stuff, and you guys are having a laugh, and it's great.
Listen, we like to make fun of each other, but you leave Drew Gilbert alone.
But if you miss the playoffs,
you don't talk about Drew Gilbert.
Then it's false hope. They just gave you some false hope, and you go home empty-handed. So until the playoffs start, if you guys are not in there, that guy is 100% right. It's a cute finish.
Well, the finish hasn't happened yet. We got the Dodgers twice, but we're also playing the Cardinals one more time. We're playing the Diamondbacks one more time. And then we play the Rockies at the very end of the season. So if that isn't 3 W's, I don't know what is.
I mean, as someone who's seen a team that, they're built pretty well and losing to literally everyone and everyone, it could happen. So be careful. It is the Rockies, but it does not mean that you guys. It doesn't mean that you're just going to lay down and lose. So, this season has been very weird. So a lot of times when you think teams should win, they just lay an egg, and it's gone for a lot of the National League.
I'm telling you right now, I know exactly what you're talking about because our horrific run, there wasn't a bunch of good teams that we played. It was a bunch of shitty teams that we got our ass kicked from. But there's one thing that stayed consistent. The Giants beat the crap out of the Rockies. So I don't know, man.
And I'm also like, because they just swept the Rockies, the Dodgers did. And people are like, well, it's the Rockies. And I'm like, sure. But after seeing them play the way they have versus other teams that are also shitty, it's nice to just see them play good baseball. So maybe this just starts to get them going, and now we face somebody who's actually playing for something in the Giants, and maybe the level of play intensifies, and then they just keep going. So, yeah, it is the Rockies. You can't take it, you can't get too high, but at least they're playing better. So
I'm gonna need a series win. Like, I'm sorry, like I don't know what I gotta tell you, but like you got to give that to me.
I think you need a sweep, dude. I think the Rockies are so bad that you need a sweep.
No, I'm talking about with you. You're talking about the Dodger series.
I
need a series win.
I don't see that happening.
I'm gonna need you to give that to me. I'm gonna need that.
I'm gonna need you to get 1 out of 3 and be happy with it.
No, I'm gonna need to get 2 out of 3.
You can't win
and then the 4-game series, we'll split it and we'll call it a day.
Look, you can't win on Verlander Day because we're gonna elderly abuse him.
Don't you talk about Justin Verlander right now. Listen, don't you talk about Justin Verlander right now.
If I can make fun of Justin Verlander and Ben Verlander the same day, please give me that opportunity.
Fuck Ben Verlander, okay? Like, we're in the middle of
But he hit a home run off his brother in the minors. What are you talking about?
And he dapped up Lars Nootbaar really well in the WBC. But
by the way, before we go on, he said that Giants are good for forever, right? And I think it was about a month ago that he's like, it's about time I say the Giants are not good. So if he jumps back on the bandwagon, dude.
He did already.
But
we're not accepting him because here's what happened. Here's what happened. Ryan Walker is back, baby. And he did end up blowing a save. Baby. He did end up blowing a save on Justin Verlander Day. And then he was like, this is just brutal. They're ruining wins for Justin for my brother. And it's like, what are we doing here? All right. We're supposed to be trying to win to get to a playoff push. We don't need you with your nose up your brother's butthole. All right. Justin Verlander's fine. All right. His wife is Kate Upton. He's fine.
I don't, that dude's weird. I don't know. Whatever. I figured once the Astros weren't doing too good, he was going to jump back on the bandwagon with the Giants. So it's one or the other. And when you guys are out of the playoff picture, he'll go back to the Astros. So whatever.
Yeah, maybe.
But it's not like you guys are actively trying to lose games when his brother pitches just to spite him.
No, we can't have that. I think we're going to talk about Justin Verlander a little bit later in the podcast, but it just, this is a completely different team. Willy Adames became, if the season was a 60-game season and it started, 40 games ago, he's an MVP candidate. Like, this guy has been going insane. He's going to hit 30 home runs. We're going to break the curse. Rafael Devers is going insane. Drew Gilbert, vibes master, just livening up the clubhouse and making the guys, all of a sudden play good fundamental baseball. Heliot Ramos was making good plays in the outfield. I don't know. Like, this team is completely unrecognizable. Even with their hot April, this team looks way better. I mean, obviously you have Rafael Devers. So there's a difference there, but I mean, they're just scoring multiple runs a game. Insane. I know, because apparently when that happens, you win baseball games. And I don't know. It came almost out of nowhere with the nosedive they had in the middle of the season. So they just would have went 500 during the month of, what would that be? July.
Are they peaking a little too late? Are
yes.
They peaking at the yep.
Because if they peaked, if they would have had this month, if they just would have been 500 right before the trade deadline, we would have Tyler Rogers. But then again, we wouldn't have Drew Gilbert and Blake Tidwell, so that kind of sucks. But we would have Tyler Rogers. And, I mean, Camilo Doval, he's not doing good with New York right now anyways. But
do you remember your rant? Do you remember your rant? We were talking about the trade deadline. We were monitoring it. And you had this rant about, oh, how can we not get so much for him? Oh, my God, how can we didn't? And he's been ass. He has been awful as a Yankee.
He has been Kim Kardashian ass.
I feel like you got lucky with whatever you got.
Yeah, you're in this light. You're right. So far,
or it would have been a fleece if they've given up something more substantial, because he's been pretty bad.
The catcher they got for him is doing pretty well in AAA right now. So, and any catcher is an upgrade on our backup catcher at the moment. So I don't know. I don't even know what's going on with Austin Barnes. I haven't heard from him in a minute. Right? So is he home? Is he not part of? Is he not on the team anymore?
No, this was a while ago that it happened. We haven't been on, obviously, but it happened a while ago that he was released.
I didn't even see that. I must have missed it.
I mean, I only know because we lost Will Smith during the Baltimore series. Right. I think it was the Baltimore series. Or no, the Pittsburgh series, I believe. I don't know. And so then we also lost Dalton Rushing the same series. Right. And so we needed a catcher, and everybody was asking for Austin Barnes. And I'm like, please, no, we don't. Thankfully, Ben Rorbert, I think that's his last name. I don't know how to pronounce it, but he's been amazing for us. And yesterday I put out a meme of him with his walk-up song, because I just learned his walk-up song. It's a sax song, which is awesome. So I made a meme of that, and I hope now he sticks around, because I want to hear that song more every time he comes up.
All right. Well, we shall see. So, I mean, is that all you have from the last month of Dodgers baseball? Just no catcher?
No, I mean, we've been horrible. We went through a really, really bad stretch. We split with the Rockies. We got swept by the Pirates. We got swept by another team. I forgot who it was. I mean, it was just bad, uninspired baseball. And you can say that we were missing players and, some arms, but, you got to play better than that. You still have Shohei, you still have Mookie, you still have Freddie, you still have Teoscar. And at the time, you still had Smith. So, you have a lot of guys there that you need to show up. And it was just wasn't working out. They weren't scoring. The offense was dreadful. The pitching was the only good thing about those games was the pitching. The unfortunate thing that I tweeted out was it's like you're waiting to see how they lose this game. Like that's the feeling
in there.
Oh yeah. So every fan's been there. The teams have those stretches when you're like, damn, we scored 2. How are we going to give it up? You know, like how you're not even happy when you get a lead because it's like first you're so worried about can you guys get offense that you're not even worried about the other problems, and then when you finally get a lead, you're like, oh shit, well now how do we keep it? Now we have to worry about that side of the game too because they haven't been that good. So yeah, Tanner Scott has been a problem. Hopefully he gets right before the playoffs, but man, it seems like he's a double agent for the Padres, man. Giving up, I think it's now 10 home runs, 10 blown saves or 9 blown saves.
Right.
So been a part of 2 blown no hitters. Like, how is that even possible? But
okay, let's talk about that part really quick. Let's pick apart a couple things. I think we're glossing over a couple things. I think maybe we should bring up benches clearing in Colorado, but I think this is a really hot button topic as well. Andy Pages, should he have dove for the ball or dove over the fence or tried to get or should he have played on the carom? Who's to blame? Dave, you speak for all Dodger fans right now. What do you say?
I don't, because I'm going to be split right down the middle. People are divided anyway.
No, let's get real divisive here.
When you're on Twitter, X, wherever you are, social media, you're watching the game, you're very emotional, right? Like, especially with a no-hitter and it's broken up and whatever, you're trying to look for somebody to blame. And at the time, I'm like, why didn't he jump? Why didn't he even attempt it? And you see the replay, and it's like a double fence. Like, there's the fence, there's a little area, and then there's another fence, and it hit the back fence. So even if the guy goes up, there's no way. Like, there was no way he was going to make that grab. Maybe if he was Superman and he flew and somehow got to it, maybe. But I don't. It just looked bad because in a no-hitter, why are you playing the double? Why are you playing the carom? Right? But it looked kind of bad because he didn't even attempt. But it was like there was no shot. Even if he went up there, he was going to be like 5 feet away from grabbing it. There's just no way. But people gave him crap to the point that even Dino Evil was like, hey, you got to try. And it's like, all right, Dino, you need to fix your third base coaching before you go and tell this. You know what I mean? But yeah, I after seeing the replay, I had no problem. I was like, yeah, I don't think he was going to get to that.
Was it Major League when he said he needs a rocket up his ass to catch that one? That's how I felt like when I saw people upset about, like, I think you're just more upset that you ended up losing the game and you're taking it out on Andy Pages because there's no way he's catching it. So it doesn't matter. Like, if you would have done the carom and let's say it caromed right to him, played well, and you won the game, like, that's what he was trying to win the game. And
he played it perfectly.
Let me try to get the carom really quick. So,
and he kind of played it perfectly because the carom came right back to him, and he threw a rocket to second. Like, had it been in play, it would have been a close play. But obviously, it was a home run. But thankfully, Tanner Scott, the teammate that he is, was like, "Hold up, let's not jump on Andy. Let me take center stage and ruin this game completely." So
okay.
That's why that's why nobody cared about the Andy thing so much afterwards, because we're like, all right, but we lost the game because of this dude, so whatever. Let's get mad at this guy. So what a guy, what a teammate.
What a guy. So all right, well, I'm not sure if you saw the benches clearing incident in Colorado, where Willie Adames was trying to slap box a little bit. Rafael Devers hit an absolute bomb against Kyle Freeland. He gets butt hurt, and let's hear what are your thoughts on it?
So I saw your tweet. I saw your tweet, and I 100% agree with what you said. But that's not why I agree with you in the first place. That wasn't why I agreed. I think, like, if a pitcher strikes you out, as a fan of somebody who, like Alex Vesia, who's in our squad, who will scream at the top of his lungs like it's the World Series Game 7 every time he gets a big out, I'm perfectly okay with it, because when he gives up a home run and they show him up, he's fine with it. He doesn't want to fight them. You know what I mean? Like, so if you do that as a pitcher, you should be fine with doing it back, and vice versa. So he murdered that ball, right? Rafi Devers murdered that ball. Like, he was admiring it. We've seen guys do that and just stand there
and his celebration was pretty mild.
Yeah. It wasn't like
he didn't even celebrate. It literally looked like, and he could be admiring it, but it looked like he was like, "Is that fair or is that foul?"
Yeah. It looked like he didn't know for sure. Yeah.
But so I mean, he took a long time. He took a long time to turn. And yes, if you didn't see my tweet, as Giants fans, we defended Madison Bumgarner for however long. I'm not sure we can call Kyle Freeland a bitch. Here's my take on it. One, Kyle Freeland was being a bitch about it, right? I think I've said the same thing about Madison Bumgarner, where it's like, you wish you wouldn't get upset, but you actually like. This is how I even feel about Kyle Freeland right now. Okay, if I was a Rockies fan, I would love that it bothered him, because your team is losing 100. You're wasting your time watching these games. You would. I'm sure it probably comforts you or makes you excited that somebody cares about this team other than you who's turning on the TV. So, and to anyone that was like, "Oh, Bumgarner's different because he won 3 World Series and World Series best World Series pitcher in baseball," which that part is true, best World Series pitcher in baseball.
But he got his feelings hurt. None of those accolades matter.
Bumgarner would get pissed off when guys wouldn't run out pop-ups.
Alex Guerrero, who's a nobody, who ended up being a nobody, he felt he missed the meatball and popped it up, was mad at himself. He wasn't even showing up Bumgarner, so he threw the bat. It's like, damn it. And then he starts, jogging to first, never even looking at Bumgarner. And Bumgarner is like, I need you to make eye contact so I can tell you to, like, fucking run. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like,
I can tell you, like, 3 other times that happened against Will Myers when he was on the Padres. It happened against somebody on the Rangers. I'm trying to figure out who it was, but I just remember Adrian Beltre came out and was like, what is your problem? Like, why are you upset right now? But I don't remember who actually hit the pop-up. That was one of his things. And at the same time, yeah, that's kind of a bitch move. But at the same time, when your team is terrible, it's comforting to see like somebody else care and to actually, be entranced in the game with you. So I liked it. It also was like, hey, I'm not throwing at anybody. Like, who cares? Let me just yell at the guy. That's fine too. I don't really see too much of a problem with it, but it just makes you look like a bitch when you're crying when someone hits a home run off you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm not a fan if the pitcher, or as the opposing team, I'm more of a fan of them being mad, because there's only a few athletes out there that play better when they're mad. If you get pissed off, then the team is in your head, and you're not going to be as good as when you first came out, whatever. So yeah,
white man can't jump. Yeah, I know the feeling.
I'd rather the pitchers keep their composures if they're on my team, but if they're on the opposing team, sure, get mad, because then you're going to be,
It seemed like Bumgarner got better when he was mad, so that was fine with me.
There's a select few that play better when they're mad, but it's not the case for everybody.
One is not Robbie Ray. That guy, I don't know what's up with him. This is a side note. This guy, when umpire's not giving him strikes and he has a, where he thought he should have been out of the inning, or something happens that startles him, he just can't find the zone. He's a completely different pitcher. He's had a lot of problems with that, which is a little worrisome, especially if you do get into the playoffs. But I don't know. This Giants offense is really good. The pitching, I'm really scared, which we're going to talk about in a minute. I guess we're done talking about the benches clearing incident, right? I mean, Matt Chapman is still supposed to serve a suspended game. I don't know if it's ever going to happen, if he's going to do it or not. Willie Adames was kind of slapboxing a little bit, but then ran after Kyle Freeland, and he was fine. I don't know. Who knows?
Nothing came of it, man. Every time people fight, they don't really fight. So,
these girls are gonna fight
in your benches. Nothing ever really happens, dude. Unless you're Jose Ramirez. Nobody's
yes.
Right?
Jose Ramirez or
oh my gosh, if he comes back.
Rodin Odor. Yeah, it's blanking on his name.
But other than that, everybody else is just like a yelling match. That's it.
All right. Well, is there any other things you want to highlight this month in Dodger baseball? I know I kept seeing you upset, but during the time I was still we're done, so I'm not even gonna look at standings. I don't really care. Like, I'm still watching every game, but I'm not caring about the rest of baseball. When my team is really bad, I don't care about the rest of baseball. I just watch the Giants games and I call it a day.
It got so bad that Padres fans were trying to. I had a couple of Padres fans message me and like acting as we were, like in this together or something. And I'm like, no, we should still not like each other. I mean, I get the sentiment that we're both in this, like we're both shit right now, but like.
Yeah, no team wanted to take that lead, huh?
Yeah, neither team wanted to like be like, no, you take it now, whatever. And the Giants were, taking advantage of that. But no, I mean, I guess the only other thing is apparently this team can't go anywhere unless Max Muncy's on this team. They're like under 500 or something without him. I don't know the exact record, but apparently he's the glue, dude.
Forget about Shohei. It's all about Big Max Muncy.
I had this discussion with somebody in a group chat at Dodgers, a Dodgers group chat, and I'm like, "There's just no way, dude. Like, we have so many superstars, we have so many good players. Like, I don't care if Muncy it shouldn't be the defining factor." And then he comes back and we're 3-0, and I'm like, "Okay, well, it's the Rockies, but still, like, I hate it. I hate that they were right about it."
Right. I often think, the Giants should just sweep the next 7 games they have with the Dodgers, and then they're right in the wild card race. The NL West race too. Why not?
Hey, it could happen, but it won't happen.
No, don't.
It could.
Say that. No, it can't. I'll be honest with you. I've been so jaded over these last 3 years. What, 22, 23, 24? I guess now in this, because I don't think we've won a series this year against you guys. These last 4 years, where it just seems like the Giants can't buy wins against the Dodgers. So I remember, just in 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, when the Giants lost 100 games, they still played the Dodgers well. They were like, winning series and losing series, and they would always play the Dodgers really well. Now it's like they could play everyone really well, and they're still going to get freaking pecker slapped by the Dodgers. So something's got to change.
What was it?
Maybe it's tomorrow.
Something like that happened? Was it after 21 that it kind of changed a little bit?
Say what?
Was it after 21 that it changed a little bit? That it kind of went towards the Dodger side a little bit, maybe. But
yeah.
I think it's going to be a good series. You guys are playing for something, and it's a rivalry game, so like you're going to be hyped up for it.
It's been Giants' fault that they have not been that team to actually make the rivalry a rivalry, and especially because they didn't play, even when they were shitty, they didn't play the Dodgers tough. So, but the way they're playing now and the team that they have, the pitching is really scaring me, but at the same time, this series, they got their top 3 dogs. They got Grandpa Verlander, Webb, and Ray. So if you're going to win a series against the Dodgers, now's the time.
Hey, Mookie's kind of back. I'm not going to fully declare him back because I still a little, he might be back, but he's facing Webb, so that should be a good matchup for him. He owns that guy. So he owns Breaking Bad's Todd. All right? So he's going to be pitching bad.
Okay, well, Glass now is probably going to pitch like an inning and a half before he's taken out early just for precaution. Yamamoto might throw a no-hitter through 8 innings, but that we're still going to win the game. And then
I will be haunted by that forever. I can never say in my life, something like, "Oh, we've shut him out for 8 innings. The game's over." Like I can never say that now. We had 1 out to get, 1 out, and our Patriot, our guy, just refused to get 1 out. And all I could think about was this stupid song while I was watching him pitch that you're about to play. It was like, this was pain. was playing as he was giving up walk after walk, double. It was just one of the worst regular season losses perhaps the worst one I've ever seen. And it was sad. So
I can see it.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking.
We've had a crazy month. We had some personal life stuff that we had to kind of really figure out. But we are back, baby. Especially hopefully it's a lot more exciting too, because hopefully the next time we talk, Giants are tied or maybe even in the wild card spot. This is what's kind of funky. I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna have to do no background right now because so it might look a little funny, but man, we got to have a discussion about this a little bit. What happens if the Reds, the Giants, and the Mets are in that spot? Because the Mets have the tiebreaker over the Giants. The Reds have the tiebreaker over the Mets. But the Reds and the Giants have a record of 500 against each other. What happens? What does that even mean?
How many games do the Dodgers have left against the Giants, you said?
7.
All right, so don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. We'll beat you 6 out of 7, so you don't have to worry about this now. All right? Then it's easy. Math is hard. Let the Dodgers take care of it, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Win 5 out of 7, but then we win all the rest of the games the way they're playing. I think we might be all right. I don't know how that's going to work. Is it just based off run differential because 3 teams tied? I don't know.
I don't know how they would figure that one out, but I don't know. That I'm sure it's not
technically, if it's just based on who has the tiebreaker over each other, that would maybe mean the Reds, because no one has the tiebreaker over them. Does that make sense? Like if the Giants had the tiebreaker over the Reds, maybe it would be a really big problem. But the tiebreaker, the Mets have the tiebreaker over the Giants, but not over the Reds. Reds have the tiebreaker over the Mets, but they have it tied with the Giants. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So maybe that's the way to go, or maybe that's when it goes to run differential. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah. But you got to worry about 2 teams. Technically, maybe even 3 teams if Arizona gets a little froggy. But then again, we're playing Arizona another time, so we need to just sweep them and beat them. So, okay. Now I guess you have some things to say about this postseason picture, right?
Not really. But yeah, I mean, at the moment, it's just how it looks. That's just what it looks.
I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I hope we don't stay in the 3rd spot. I don't think we're getting the 2nd spot. I think that's gone. Who knows? We still play the Phillies a couple times. One more series.
How many games back do you have of them?
I think they're like.
Let's find that out. Let's pull it back up. My bad. Oh.
Yeah, 5 games. I don't see it.
No, it's not 5 games. I think it makes it like 2.5 games or something, right?
We're 5-5 on our last. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't think they're, unless they sweep them that series or go. I don't know. I don't.
If they sweep, that would be what?
Consistent.
85 and 63. Sorry, no, 85 and 64.
Win the series. We have to win the series to take the tiebreaker against them.
Yeah, you're down like 4 games, I think it is.
Yeah. We have to win that series. It's a must if we want to have the tiebreaker against them. But I don't.
Well, lose all 3 games against us, and then it'll probably guarantee that you're going to be able to sweep the Phillies, and we're fine.
Cool. There you go.
Well, you know what that means, though. If we sneak into that last playoff spot and you stay in the 3rd spot, that means it's us 2 first round.
If you sneak into the what round? The 4th or the 6th?
No, sneak into the 6th, and you stay where you are. It's going to be us 2.
That's what's crazy too, because if the Padres continue to slip, or whatever, we could face them too. Somehow, some way, it'd be another first round against them. But yeah, I don't know. It's
It doesn't seem that way. I see the Padres can't slip that hard, and they're starting to play good baseball again. Plus,
they played the Rockies today. I don't think they're playing good baseball.
I think they are.
Their starting rotation has been killing that bullpen.
You're actually right. Never mind. I think because they were at a point where they were tied with the Mets, and it was like, only one of two teams has to really fall off, and then we were in, above the Reds, and it was like, and we're above everybody, which technically we're only tied with the Reds, but
yeah,
you couldn't even what is up, Padres? You couldn't just take care of the Reds for us, good for nothing, douchebags.
Dude, so like their bullpen is they have a really good bullpen. They suffered the loss of Jason Adams, right? And that was a pretty pretty bad injury. But that starting rotation, man, none of them can go 5 innings, it seems. And so I think that they're going to be wasting all their bullets focusing on positioning or making the playoffs, because I think they're pretty set on making the playoffs. I think unless they really fall off, they should be in there. They'll be there. Whether it's the 5th or 6th, they'll be there. But the problem is that I think that bullpen is going to be taxed by the time the season's finished, man. Like those starters go 4, but rarely do they go more than that. And when you have Cease, Michael King, Darvish, like you need somebody to step up. And obviously, because there's a close race, you keep an eye on them, and that's the recurring theme. Like, other than their offense, it's like every time you look at them, their pitcher's already out by the 5th inning. So, and then you look at the Dodgers that are having their starters come back and be healthy. They're all giving you at least 6, 5 to 6 innings, 7 innings, and it's like that takes a huge load off the bullpen.
8 2/3 innings.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it.
I just wanted to just bring it up one more time. That's all. Just one more time I can bring it up. That'd be good.
That was a terrible game I've never seen. Yeah, dude. I was angry. No, actually I wasn't even angry. I was sad at first because I'm like, well, that sucks, man. He could have just called a different pitch. Damn. And then it went from sadness to just like, what the hell is happening? Like the guy literally did everything. Like he closed up the shop. He cleaned up. He did everything. All he asked of you was like, hey, can you just turn off the light on your way out? And you couldn't do it. You couldn't freaking get one out. I don't want to talk about that, but yeah. Anyways, despite that loss, the starting pitching has been really, really good. And I think we had like a graphic to show that shows like how much like each starter has gone at least, I think, 5 to 6, something like that.
Oh, is that what you're showing? Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So Yamamoto, 8 innings. Yeah. Kershaw. I mean, even Kersh this late in his career is giving you really good innings, man. 8 Ks, 5 innings. That's good stuff. Tyler Glasnow also went 7 innings. Sheehan as well. Blake's now 6 innings, 11 Ks. Like it's crazy. We had like 3 no-hitters that went into the 6th inning at least. Yoshi, Glasnow, Sheehan. Like that's crazy. And the fact that like that Roki is supposedly healthy, and the fact that he's looking from the outside in is crazy to me, because just a couple of years ago we couldn't buy enough pitching to start a game. We had Lance Lynn starting games in the playoffs. We had, you know what I mean? So it's really cool. Hopefully they can stay healthy, but starting pitching has been carrying, man. So that can only help the bullpen. The less you make them work, the better they'll be. I know Scott seems to be bad regardless, but hopefully he can find it as well. But, it's always good to have a rested bullpen going into the playoffs. So as long as they're not overworked, I feel like they'll be okay.
Yeah. There is, I guess we should probably, I'm trying to see if I can make something work right now from what you just did. But can I find it? Here we are. All right. Now talking about this this weekend, maybe we should, we'll do studs and duds after. Because we're already here on the split screen. this is what's going on. Yoshi versus Verlander. Kershaw versus Webb. Glasnow versus Ray.
Glasnow versus Glass later.
Glass later. Man, I don't see how the Giants need to win 2 or 3 this weekend. There's no way around it. I don't know if the Dodgers are going to start to take the foot off the gas because they have a decent lead, or if it's a little early for that. Man, they got to just get the starters out of there and get to that bullpen because your bullpen's been struggling. But that's the only way I can think of us being able to take this series win this weekend.
I mean, I feel like for the most part, pitching should be there for us. They will show up, even Kershaw. I think what it comes down to is our offense. They've been so inconsistent. It looks like they're getting hot, but again, it's the Rockies. Anybody can look at it against the Rockies. So the real test is now with the Giants, with Verlander, Webb, Ray, and everybody you got coming out of the bullpen. We also didn't mention that you're missing a huge piece out of that bullpen. We haven't talked about it because we haven't been on.
Randy? Damn.
Yeah. We'll get to that later, or a little bit after. But yeah, I mean, it's all about our offense, just like it is for you guys. If they can show up, be consistent, then I feel like we have, we should win at least 2 of those games. But we'll see. They seem to have trouble with they either destroy Webb or he destroys them and goes for a full, a complete game. And Robbie Ray the same. Like, it always seems like we're at just about to knock him out, and he just wiggles away from it. So we'll see.
Right.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I feel it's like both teams are kind of. This is gonna sound really stupid, right?
I mean, that's what this podcast is.
Just me sounding stupid.
It's just us sounding stupid, thinking we know what we're talking about.
But like, it just seems like at this moment, both teams really need wins. I feel like the Dodgers really want to put, a 4 or 5 game distance between them and the Padres to where they can start resting guys and give guys days off to get ready for the playoffs like they usually do, especially because the way it's looking, they're not going to have one of those the bye series. They're going to be in the wild card round, which is insane to say because at the beginning of the year, was it Miguel Rojas? Ain't crazy to say that we're going to win 120 games.
Well, it wasn't crazy to say that, dude. The way they were constructed, it wasn't crazy.
It is crazy. That is crazy.
It wasn't. It's crazy. If they were healthy for at least 50% of the season, whatever.
Give me that.
I'm sorry, but if they were, then maybe they would have gotten close to that. But then again, even if
we would have scored more runs than you, we would have won the game. Yeah, duh.
Exactly. So you know exactly what I'm saying. You get it. He gets it, guys. If we would have won, we wouldn't have lost. So there's that case.
If we would have scored more runs than we given up, then we're in business, baby.
Yeah. If Yoshinobu Yamamoto didn't give up that home run, then maybe we don't lose. So
be cooking with elbow grease. Yeah. So I think it's that time. I think it's we get depressed and then we get happy and then we move on. We're gonna talk about the best and the worst, but before we do. Seems like we got 150 people in here. I'm not sure what the ratio is from X to YouTube, but if you're on X, the link for the YouTube is in the comments. If you can just go over to YouTube really quick, hit the subscribe button, hit the like, help the algorithm, and it helps the podcast a lot. We really appreciate it. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. And here goes the song. It's that time again. It's the start of the done of the week. I think since we're talking about Dodgers Giants, I got to go with my stud first. And my stud is going to be, this is going to be his first stud ever. We didn't think he was ever going to get a stud because he sucked so bad. It took forever to get his first win. But yes, I'm talking about the one, the only Grandpa Verlander. God, gosh, one of the most surprising things about this Giants run is the fact that the starters are showing out. And right now, the Giants really only have 3 starters. And when we're talking about 3, Justin Verlander for the last month has pitched to a 2.54 ERA, 28 innings pitched, and sitting down 33 guys, striking out 33 guys. So this is the guy that you were hoping to get all year. And man, he had a rough, I want to say 2 months that really derailed this year. But man, when he's on like this, I don't think there's a better 3 or 4 in the game. But the problem is, how long is he going to be like this? What's going to happen? I don't know. He's not going to go out there and give you 8 innings, but he's going to give you really good 5-6 quality innings at this moment. So you hated him. You talked so much crap about him, Dave, Grandpa Verlander. What's going to happen when he goes 8 2/3 no hit innings against you guys, huh?
And you lose? I'm fine with that. if you're going to feel the heartbreak that we felt,
he jumps at walls and catches things, so he's going to do that.
He's going to jump over the fence, try to grab it, and come up empty, and it'll all be for naught.
No, he'll just extra jump. Come on, everyone knows that.
It's crazy. We're seeing Grandpa Verlander and Unc Kirsch just dominate in their own way, right? Like, it's not like they're going out there and just completely dominated, but I'm saying, like, they're still out there giving you good innings and actually somebody that's reliable. So, like, Verlander's become somebody that's reliable. Yeah, the team hasn't been lucky in his starts, but at least you're not worried when you go into a start with him that he's gonna suck. You know what I mean? Like, that's not the part that you're worried about. Same with Kirsch. When he goes out there, you're not worried that he's gonna be terrible. You're worried how you're gonna score for him and how you're gonna come up with runs to back him up. So it's crazy at this, their age, and they're still providing tremendous value to their teams, and that's really cool, man. We got to
16 games left. I think he's got 3 more starts left of the season, got 3 wins. Let's get into 5, baby. He should have had probably like 10 wins this year.
Let's
let him 5 blown.
He can pitch well, but let's not get him the wins.
Come on, let's do it. We can do it. Everybody's learning how.
All right, let me give you my dud. But before I do, there was a lot of my stud. There was a lot of honorable mentions. Like I said, Muncy was in there because, apparently we needed him to get going offensively. Who else? There was somebody else that I was going to bring up. Mookie, because he's going off. All of a sudden, he's becoming the Mookie that we've missed the whole season. And but my studs are somebody that we already talked about, the starting pitching. It just takes a huge load off the bullpen. It gives the offense a little bit of leeway when they're struggling, because they don't have to be perfect, because the pitching is picking up the slack. And it's just aesthetically pleasing, dude, to be watching these guys just mow down batters, call strike 3, swing and a miss. Like, Yoshi with the almost no hitter, Glasnow just mowing him down. Blake Snell is like the most frustrating guy to bat against. It looks like he can be so wild, but then he just dots a freaking fastball in the corner, and you're like, holy crap! I just took a fat. What the hell? It just seems like they're guessing when he's up there pitching. So.
Sorry.
What are we doing here?
I'm sorry. My fault. Hold on. I'll bring this up in a minute. Sorry, my fault.
But
I just was bringing it up. I didn't realize it was bringing it all the way up.
But yeah, no. The starting pitching has been amazing, and you hope they can stay healthy, because it's really awesome to watch. This is exactly what you wanted at the beginning of the season, or what the Dodgers envisioned. Maybe they envisioned them getting good this late in the season, but it'd been really cool to see it throughout the whole season for them just to dominate. But thankfully, they're all healthy now, at the stretch run. So it just feels like every time any pitcher that goes out there, you have a chance to win, and they have a chance to dominate. Whether it's not the rookie, but Sheehan, whether it's the old guy Kirsch, Snell, Yamamoto, Glasnow. It's just like anybody they throw out there, you're like, we have a chance to win today. So that's pretty refreshing.
Okay, well, duds. I'm gonna talk about this just because we're going forward. If the Giants are gonna make a run at this, they're gonna need some help. They can't just have these three guys pulling the whole load and expecting wins every single time these guys pitch. And one of the guys that's been going out there every fifth day is Carson Seymour. Was bad in the bullpen.
I saw your tweet.
Yeah. Was bad in the bullpen. Gave him some starting things, and he had a couple decent starts, but has had some terrible starts. I would rather have Kai Tang than Carson Seymour. That's just me. But man, Carson Seymour, a 6 ERA over his in this last month with 15 only 15 innings pitched. So I don't know. I really hope Blake Tidwell can get better and maybe start some games for this team. It's crazy to me that they weren't one of the ones going after Andrew Heaney and Walker Buehler when they were out there for the taking, because man, we are running really low right now. So it seems that they found a lot of golden gems out of the bullpen after hearing about Randy Rodriguez going down for the year and going to be out for pretty much all of next year. With Peguero,
you have nobody to blame but freaking your manager, Bob Melvin, dude. I saw there was a list of Randy's appearances, and there was like way too many 40 pitches and like way too many of those outings where it's like, why is he out there for so long?
Because he usually doesn't go back-to-back days. And because he doesn't do back-to-back days, his thing was he can go about 2 innings. So there'd be times he would go 2 innings.
Apparently he couldn't.
Apparently he couldn't. Yeah, but that was his thing. He was like, he usually couldn't do back-to-back days, which is why it took him a long time to get to the closer role, because it was like he's not available every day, where a lot of other dudes are available every single day. So we need Ryan Walker to go back to being that guy, which it seems like he's doing. He's kind of slipping up these last couple of games, but I don't know. We'll see. But Carson Seymour, I really hope that I'm reverse jinxing you right now, because it is getting hard to watch. And like I said, I'd rather have Kai Tang out there, but that's just me.
Carson Seymour butts. All right.
Yeah.
My dud, easy.
Easy?
Easy.
You're going to pick on little Michael Conforto again? Oh, okay.
No. Michael Scott. Michael Scott.
Michael
Conforto, dude. Please don't get me started.
That's the problem. They're mixing together. You can't have a Michael and a Scott on the same team. Michael Scott.
If they had a baby, it'd be Michael Scott. Sure. Yeah. But dude, do not get me started on Conforto. He's been the dud of the whole year. Right? And right. I am going to be even more pissed off if he goes off in the playoffs, because then all of a sudden we're going to have to praise him, and we're all going to feel really freaking weird about it, because everybody has clowned or been pissed off at this guy the whole season. But
you missed out on Kyle Tucker. What if you just re-sign him, bring him back?
First of all, I don't want Kyle Tucker either. I don't want Kyle Tucker either. For other reasons.
Stop.
I'm sorry, but we've seen Teoscar have moments of being lazy and just not go for fly balls, whatever it is. Maybe it was injuries, whatever. But Kyle Tucker's the same dude, and there's times where that dude pouts on the field. He hit a ground ball and he didn't even run to first base, and he got benched for that. Like there's stuff where this guy pouts. It's just, I don't know. I know he's talented. I know he's, but do you really want that? I don't know. But anyways, back to my dud. Let me rewind a little bit. Scott. Tyler Scott. He's the closer, dude. Like there's no one behind you. So like we saw in Baltimore, you're the last line of defense. And if you constantly mess up, it's a lot of heartbreak, dude, that we're like your team played a full game and for you just to come in and it's over, you blew it. Right. And, thankfully it's happening in the regular season. We're not to the playoffs yet. Hopefully it doesn't happen there. Hopefully he can get it together. But it's been a rough watch, man. And some of these pitches are like, they're just meatballs. They're like right center cut on a tee, 99. It's like you're providing the power already. All they have to do is make contact. That thing's gone. So location has been pretty terrible. And even when he makes good pitches, like even versus Colorado, he made a good pitch and the guy just went down and got it. So he's unlucky and he's been bad. That's a horrible combination. So hopefully he figures it out, because it's not like we want anybody on the dud list, except unless you're Michael Conforto. You're like, you live there. So that's why we don't bring him up, because he just lives on that list. But
yeah,
Scott is keeping him company this week and for the most part of the year too, because he's just been pretty bad when it comes to closing. I think it's like 10 saves that he's already blown. So, yep, that's my dud.
Duds all around. Man, this is going to be, oh no, I guess next week we also will have a series to preview between the two.
Yeah.
Between the two of us. We're going, Giants are playing the Dodgers for 3, and then it's either the Cardinals or the Diamondbacks. I'm pretty sure it's the Cardinals. And I will answer that question right now. And it is the Arizona Diamondbacks. So Dodgers, Diamondbacks, and then next week is Dodgers and Cardinals. So yeah, Dodgers, Diamondbacks next week. Man, I like I said, you got to win both series. I would love to see a sweep out of Arizona. I think it's a tall order to say a sweep against the Dodgers, but you just got to keep winning games. You can't expect the Mets to get swept every series. So, yeah, that's where we're at.
Yep. And we got you guys. I don't know who we play after you guys. I haven't checked. Let me see.
Well, in the meantime, while you're looking that up, I don't think I think if the Giants make the playoffs, Bob Melvin might be a favorite for manager of the year for turning the season around. There's a lot of things I feel like is really dumb. I think there a lot of the bullpen managements, a lot of the Dom Smith has like a 3-hit game, and then you still want to pinch hit for him late in the game with the game on the line. Makes no sense. But the way manager of the year works is always, bottom teams. The surprise team always wins. But if the way the Giants nosedive and to turn around otherwise failed season, I think it's not silly. All right, but who knows? Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm the crazy one. Maybe Bob Melvin will still. Was
Melvin? Was Bob Melvin's? Was it the previous GM's guy, or was he? He wasn't. He wasn't Posey's hire, was he?
No, it was Farhan. It was like the safe thing. It was Farhan trying to keep his job, trying to go safe. But
I think if they miss the playoffs, he can go look and get a guy, his guy.
Yeah, but I think he likes. I think he likes Melvin. I think he likes the kind of old schoolish type things that he does. He's one of the last old schoolish type managers, but a lot of the decisions. I mean, there's no manager that's perfect. I mean, unless you're Gabe Kapler in 2021 only, like that you just happen to push all the right buttons. Like we found out that wasn't sustainable. But gosh, I mean, there's a lot of criticism even for Bochy for the last couple of years on the decisions he made. So they're not all perfect. And yes, there's definitely issues I think that I have with Melvin that don't make any sense, but I don't see how he loses his job. So sorry. Who are you playing after us? After you lose the series to us?
We've got a pretty telling stretch here. We're going to have you guys, then the Phillies, and then you guys again. So it's going to be
Philly
competitive baseball for a while. Yeah.
Well, I hope you sweep against Philly. I can give you that. How about we win the series? I give you a sweep. Give me some.
No, I was just reading the comments, and they're like, well, they were happy. The Padres were happy to let you guys have him. But it's funny that the Padres were so eager to let him go. He took them to the NLCS. I never understood the hatred for him, and I think it is because he wants to actually manage and not be told who to pencil in from above. And so, like, you're right, he's an old school. Like, he wants to still have his say for most of the decisions, and maybe that's why you guys got him, and maybe that's why, like you said, Posey likes him. But
at the same time, just because it didn't work with another team doesn't mean. I mean, that's exactly what happened with Bruce Bochy. The Padres let him go, and the Padres let him interview for the Giants job, and we took him. So that's not like I would say the best argument, but I just feel like managers are usually scapegoats. There's a lot of things I've disagreed with Bob Melvin, but there's a lot of things that he's done that's been good. So I don't know. It's just, unless Stephen Vogt becomes available, I'm not sure that you're going to be able to get anybody else.
Yeah. And fans always think like it's better to get somebody new, but like, who are you going to get new? And unless there's somebody who's established. Yeah, it's a roll of the dice because you don't know if a rookie's going to come in and it's a new voice, but it's going to take a while for him to get accommodated and everything. And
I get the Dusty Baker thing. Like people are, but like, dude, I think he's already retired like twice. I think he's just done. I mean, I don't think he's going to be able to get on planes and do the whole 162 grind and then plus a playoff run. I think. I don't know. The way the seasons just turn around, I think Melvin is definitely safe for next year. Yeah. Unless you want to take a stab at somebody new, I don't see anyone out there that's better.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like
I'm seeing Stephen Vogt. They're not the Guardians aren't going to let him go. So sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I feel like that's the same way with the Dodgers when they complain about Roberts. Like who are we going to get? Like, who are you replacing him with that you think is going to be better? And like, I know there's fans are like, well, Justin Turner is going to, maybe be out of the game and like play, ex players like that. And I'm like, it's still going to, you still have to see how they manage, and it's not going to be all peaches right away. Maybe it is now because, the front office is really who controls everything. They're the voice coming from the top telling you the lineups and what, but for the most part, if you're going to have a manager like Melvin, where he's just going to be like, I'm just going to go with my gut and I'm going to do what I want, screw the analytics most of the time, then it's different. But yeah.
Well, before we get out of here, yes, normally a lot has changed. Giants are back. We're back hanging out with you every week.
Where's Cheesecake? Is what I want to know.
I don't know where Cheesecake is. He's making me sad. He hasn't shown up the last couple streams, man. So
hey, but Normally is here to pick up the torch, though, pick up the slack, and we are very thankful that Normally's here. And it is a completely different picture than what we had before. It's night and day.
I think at one point we were like, no, never mind. Don't listen to me. I was gonna say I think we were 5 back of the Dodgers at one point, but I don't think that's true. But
it might have been. A couple of days ago, maybe 5.
I want to say it was like 7 games, but it was like 10 games ago. So it like felt like, the way things were happening, especially with how bad the Dodgers were playing at that time.
I had people, they were like showing, quote tweeting my tweets and showing me like objects closer than they appeared, and I'm like, all right, let's like you're not a Padres fan.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, like, you're not a Padres fan who are like a game back at the time. You're like, let's relax, Giants fans. Let's relax. You guys, you're not even in the playoffs.
Well, we could do that with the Mets now, but we're game and a half back.
But that's like making fun of like
happen.
That's like making fun of the disabled kid. Like, it's the Mets. They're gonna freaking mess up. It's
we gotta have John back on. Last time we had John's back on from Mets Do Us Part, and
it was the playoffs though, so it was a little different than now.
Maybe we have to have him. Maybe we have to have.
He might be in his Frank
somebody
the
on
Tank
next
mode.
week just to see what's going on. Maybe if the Giants win the series and gain that game to where we're only 1 game back, maybe we have to have a Giants correspondent on just so we can revel in what's going on here. But
yeah, sure.
If
hey
not,
man, you want to come on so I can make fun of you because you guys are losing? That's the pitch.
Yeah, if we lose a series and we end up like 3 games, we get swept and get 3 games back, then Yeah, I'm not sure that we could do that, but we'll try to figure it out. Who knows? We'll be here, and
I'll hit him up if we win. Then we'll hit him up.
I don't know what that means. All right, well, until next week, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure to subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting platform as well as YouTube. Get those subscribes up, and like I said, we will do a giveaway at 1,000 subscribers, but I think we're still maybe like 20 away. So yeah,
20.
Get them up.
20, yeah.
We're gonna do gift packages for a Giants gift package, a Dodgers gift package. You can fight about which one's better. Who knows? We'll see what's going on. But
even
until
Giants
then,
Giants fans are gonna want the Dodgers package. Come on, man. Come on.
Hey yo. Yeah. So until then, until next week, we will see you then. Thanks for hanging out, and see
you guys. Thank you. Yep. Hey,
right.
See ya.
Look at it. See ya. Go Giants.
Ooh.
No.